Hey everybody, welcome to another nutrition tip from Evolutionary Health. So today we're going to talk about one of the most common questions that we get, and it has to deal with protein supplementation. So first, let's kind of talk about, um, you know, do you need to take a protein supplement? Why should you or should you not take it? And then let's talk about the different options. So the major question I get regarding it is, do I need to take protein supplementation? That answer is kind of complex, has some caveats, but really simply it's you need to look at what you're doing. So if you are trying to eat enough protein in your diet and you're having trouble getting it from whole foods, then that's when I would recommend protein supplementation. So let's say you're somebody who's trying to put on some weight, you're engaging in a lot of resistance exercise, so you're lifting a lot of heavy weights. And let's say you're trying to get around 150, 200 grams of protein in a day. And for you, just eating that much animal product or meat or eggs or something is difficult, then a protein supplement is really a good way to get it in. That's a type of person I would say should take it, but I think a lot of people are taking it unnecessarily. So I know a lot of people who I work with in the strength and conditioning scene that, let's say their macronutrient goals are 200, 220 grams of protein a day, and they think they need to take a protein supplement to reach it. But, a lot of these people are eating chicken, fish, meat for every single meal, and they're probably getting 220, 240 grams of protein a day just from food. And so do I think that, do you need to take a protein supplement if you're reaching your macronutrient protein goals? Probably not. I don't think it needs to be a huge piece of your diet. But those people might also benefit from taking it for convenience sake. So, if they're trying to pack breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they need an extra, 30, 40 grams here or there in the day, and they don't want to pack an extra piece of chicken because it's just, you have to make more Tupperware and make another meal and cook another piece of food, then a protein supplement's a good idea. But do I think everybody needs to be on a protein supplement? No. Do I think some people can benefit from it? Absolutely. I think you need to take a case-by-case basis and work with somebody who actually knows what they're doing and is smart and can figure out if you really need it or not. So next, let's talk about the different types of protein supplements. So there's things, you can get something that's just a 100% whey protein, and even that has kind of caveats. It's got whey isolate, whey concentrate, and whey or hydrolyzed whey. So the isolate is the most concentrated or the most pure. It's got, I think, anywhere between like 90 and 100%. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but something around there. Concentrate is like 75 to 90, somewhere around there. And then hydrolyzed whey, it's got a little bit less concentrated, but the amino acid blocks or the peptides are chopped up so they're more easily digested and more rapidly absorbed. Now, there's a lot of proprietary formulas and all this stuff where they talk about, you need a blend of the fast digesting, this digesting. Honestly, in my experience, I don't really think it matters all that much. If you're spending 10 more bucks to get a different combination of amino acids because you think it's going to eke out a little bit more, my honest opinion is you're probably wasting 10 bucks. But I could be wrong. The research hasn't really backed the fact that these different ones work. So I think there's really not a whole lot of benefit to trying to find the perfect formulation of isolate, concentrate, hydrolyzed whey, all that kind of stuff. Now, a little bit of caveat is there's casein, which is a different type of protein. It is more slow digesting than whey. It's got a little bit different properties, but that's something that you could have in addition to a whey protein that a lot of those people take at night because it's slower digesting and can improve muscle protein synthesis while you're sleeping and things like that. So that's another consideration. Then you can get ones that are like mixed with carbohydrates, so you can get something that's a protein and a carb mix for optimum post-workout recovery. Personally, my opinion on that is if you want to use a protein powder for post-workout for convenience, and then you want a post-workout carbohydrate for glycogen replenishment, and there's some evidence that post-workout carbohydrate supplementation actually improves muscle protein synthesis, I think you have a lot better options than the junk they put in a protein powder. So when you look at those, the protein, it's actually normally a pretty good source, but unfortunately, the carbohydrate source they throw in there is usually like a processed fructose, a processed dextrose, some glucose, some rice powder, whatever. It's really not a great source of nutrition. It might provide you with the macronutrient of carbohydrate, but I think you can find a lot easier, more convenient post-workout carbohydrates. I mean, for me, it's easy to grab a banana, have a sweet potato on hand. That what I do a lot of times is I just take a sweet potato in the morning, throw it in the microwave, put it in a Ziploc bag or just whatever, and then have a protein shake and a sweet potato, and I look like a weirdo on campus, chug and take a bite of the potato, but whatever. It's easy, works, it's convenient, it's nutritious. You got vitamins and minerals in there. You got a whole bunch of other stuff that the junk in a bag in terms of the the carbohydrate content isn't going to give you. So that's kind of my thoughts on what you should choose. If you're going to choose a protein powder, go with a protein powder. Go with a protein supplement. Don't go with something that has all this other junk in it. Now with the caveat of if you're using creatine supplementation, you can get one that has creatine in it. I think a better bang for your buck is to buy, it's like a 5-pound tub of creatine monohydrate that's super cheap, and mix it in with your whey protein. So that's my personal opinion on it. People can take it, give me feedback, whatever. That's my personal thoughts and from my experiences. So now, reputable companies, good brands, what should you look for when you're looking for one? For me, I've kind of been through the whole gamut. I've run through pretty much every supplement company you can imagine looking for good ones. I've talked to people on the internet. I've done, tried to make my own. I've done pretty much everything. I've been into every health food store you can imagine. But my issue is most of the protein supplements are chock full of junk. I mean, they have all this stuff in them to make them more palatable, to improve their shelf life, to make them mix better. And for me, you're using protein supplementation to eke out the most gains you can. Why do you need to have it be like a candy bar? Why do you need to be this treat after your workout? Use it for what you're using it for. It's an ergogenic aid, basically. You're using it as a tool to build muscle. You're not using it as anything else. So focus on quality of the ingredients. If you're using a protein supplementation, use it for what you're using it for. Don't try to make it so it's like you're drinking a peanut butter marshmallow protein shake. Just find something that has protein in it. So I have two companies that I have found that are awesome. The first one is SFH, StrongerFasterHealthier.com. It's sfh.com. They make probably the best product on the market. So this is what I take. You know what? I'll throw it out there. SFH Pure Whey Protein. As you can see, derived from grass-fed, free-range animals, and no antibiotics, no hormones, no soy lecithin, no gluten, and no added carbs. The ingredients on the back, I'll just turn it around so you guys can see it if you want to take a snapshot and read a little bit more. I'll read you the highlights. Basically, one scoop has 23.9 grams of carbs. That's pretty much it. It's got a little sodium, a little calcium, a little potassium. The ingredients are whey, natural vanilla, some sunflower lecithin, and stevia. So they do use a little bit of stevia, which is a sweetener, which is a natural sweetener. So far, the research on it is pretty good. There haven't been any huge issues with it. Before I take anything, I do a lot of research and make sure it's safe, good, healthy, effective. If you want to know more information on stevia, go to examine.com and look those up. Sol, Orwell, and Curtis Frank, they've done an amazing job. They just hired a new staff, and basically if you have any supplement questions on ingredients, go there, type it in. You literally have the world of information at your fingers, so go check it out. That's my plug for examine.com. So basically, the fact that it's grass-fed whey protein, you get more omega-3s in here, so you're going to get a little bit of omega-3 out of here. Not a ton, but it's a little bit more than what you would get. The nice thing about this is it's natural. You know what's in it. I know the people at the company really well. They're awesome people. If you're going to buy one, this is a great one. The other option is if you are a big paleo person or really big into the CrossFit scene, these guys are big into it. Support your community. Also, Evolve Foods makes a really good grass-fed whey protein. John Wellborn is one of the people who's behind it. Him and Rob Wolf are kind of the brainchilds behind that company. They make a great product. It's all grass-fed, organic, no GMO. Pretty similar to this. I've tried a sample. It's pretty good. Pretty similar to this. I'm used to this now. I like it. I'll probably try out the Evolve Foods at some point. So those are kind of my thoughts on whey protein. Some people should use it. I think it's a valuable tool for some people. I don't think everybody needs to take it. I really think the advantage of this over real food really isn't that different. I think Whole Foods can give you the same thing. This potentially could be a little bit cheaper depending on what kind of meat you buy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There is some evidence that some of these things in whey protein provide additional benefits on top of, just normal like steak, chicken, fish, whatever, seafood, that there is some ingredients in here. Spencer Nadolsky from leanerliving.com wrote an article that there is some evidence that this might help lower blood pressure, not this product, but whey protein. So just some thoughts to think about. So recap, some people should take it, not everybody should take it. Talk to a nutritionist or somebody who kind of knows what they're doing to figure out if you need it. If you're going to buy one, just focus on the fact that it's whey. Don't worry about the isolate, concentrate, hydrolyzed. You're pretty much getting a very similar product. Find one that doesn't have any junk in it. That's pretty much all. I guess the last thing I'll say is, on that caveat is of find one without any junk in it. So we read the ingredients on this one that said it had whey, sunflower, lecithin, stevia, and natural vanilla. I'm going to read you guys the ingredient list from two of the most popular protein products out there. So let me pull this up real quick. So the first one is, here's just another vanilla whey protein. It is whey protein concentrate, whey protein hydrolysate, micellar casein, egg albumin, bovine colostrum, rice protein, pea protein. So this is kind of a protein amino acid blend. And then it's also got maltodextrin, natural and artificial flavor, which you don't ever know what that is. It's got silicon dioxide, which is essentially sand, basically. Soy lecithin. It's got cellulose gum, xanthan gum, and carrageenan. Now, there's some evidence that things like carrageenan can cause some gut issues. I personally have tried this product, a sample that was sent to me, and it gave me really bad GI issues. I was just gurgling and my stomach was upset all day, so that could be one of the reasons. This also has sucralose and acylsulfonate potassium, so two artificial sweeteners, whereas the stevia and the SFH was a natural sweetener. So that's one company, and then another company. Let me pull up the larger image. There's so many ingredients, it's hard to read. So this one has a protein blend, and then it's got cane sugar, sunflower oil, cocoa powder, maltodextrin, canola oil, crystalline fructose, and then potassium chloride, soluble corn fiber, inulin, dicalcium phosphate, magnesium oxide, potassium bicarbonate. Ooh, they do have some stevia in there. Soy lecithin. It's got some vitamin E, monk fruit extract, vitamin C, ferrous fumarate, vitamin A palmitate, niacinamide, zinc oxide, copper gluconate, D-calcium pantothenate, L-carnitine, cholecalciferol, vitamin D, vitamin B5, vitamin B12. I'm trying to shorten down the science names. Chromium, folic acid, biotin, potassium iodide, and then vitamin B12. And then this one has, these are all contain wheat, soy, and eggs. So people with allergy problems shouldn't take those either. So those are my thoughts. Nutrition tip of the day. Whey protein can be a good tool. Use it appropriately. Find a good one. Check out sfh.com. Follow us for more nutrition tips. Send in questions. We're going to start doing more videos. Get back to us. Find us at Evolved Health on Twitter, Evolutionary Health on Facebook, evolutionary-health.com is our website. Email us at evolutionaryhealthperspective@gmail.com. Hit us up on the website. check out our podcast, Evolutionary Health, on iTunes, and it's all free information.